Let's have a look and see what you got coming here. There you go. Doink. Fine. Let's go. We'll start from the beginning. You know, when they made this cover, they thought this is probably a good idea. And it really is tragic, isn't it? That there's a lot good about the episode of Lux. There really is. But it's really tragic that, again, which of the two people on this cover is doing a weaker acting job? The cartoon or Shruti Gatwa? Shruti Gatwa. So again, I just wish it was an era which wasn't queer, right? Which would mean I would probably quite like it, right? And I would be interested. I really would be interested to see how this thing is made. But sadly not. Although the cover's a pretty good cover. They've had some bad covers, but I think this is it's a pretty good eye-catching cover, right? If you want to look at Shruti Gatwa. Pull to open. Oh. Let's see what he has to say. Jason Quinn is Jason, right? Okay, I have a confession to make. Last issue, I said I hadn't seen any of season 2, and I really wanted to wait until transmission to see each episode, see if it's possible. But at the time of writing, it wasn't true. But 2 days later, I binged up to episode 6, telling myself it was all my duties. Oh, well, now you're just being obnoxious. That's just like, oh, I know you got to wait, but I binged all 6 episodes. I'm like, oh, fuck you. Fuck you very much. And again, look, I think Verado see-through I've really warmed up to her, especially when I saw her at the end of Andor, episode 3, and she was super hot in that as well, right? So I have warmed up to her. I mean, God, she just looks fat. I mean, the colors are working great on her, the makeup, right? Just look, that's doing what a Doctor Who companion really needs to do, right? Be easy on the eye. All right, I mean, that's really the number one thing. Again, it's just so sad. So sad it's in this era. Right? Really is. And again, she does look fantastic. Where are we up to? Doink. We might come back and read this up, look through the issue. Again, Millie Gibson does look just stunning, doesn't she? Look. Don't know. Verada See-Through looks very fuckable. Millie Gibson looks stunning. Graham Norton, fuck off. Yeah, it's just. It's not as exciting anymore now, is it? So this is interesting. Tome of the Cybermen. They're giving away a. What's it? Which is it? Not two. No, the Wheel in Space by Terrence Dicks with next month's Doctor Who magazine. Which is weird, but okay. Everyone must go. What is this? Oh, is this the 15th Doctor's comic strips? Oh, by Titan. Yeah, well, forget that. Time and Space at Peterborough Museum. This I don't understand at all. I mean, I guess they got to keep trying to do new ranges, but I don't know. Like, for me, I'm not on board with any of them. And this is with the BBC range. BBC range has actually got a lot better. The covers are excellent now, right? The covers are absolutely excellent. They used to be awful, but they got a lot better. And they got a Sarah and Harry show coming on Big Finish. Again, not for me. Malcolm Hook Manifesto. That sounds it. Who's that? Tiny old. Who's publishing that? Click it. Will it take me to it? Apparently not. I wonder who. It looks like Telos or something like that. Starletter. Sonny meets Christopher Eccleston, and he was smiling. Well, that doesn't happen often. On his way to do Dickens. I'd love to see him come back as a Doctor, frankly. What is this? No, I can't deal with any of these. Oh, this is a nice bit of artwork. And again, I always like fan artwork. Man, you haven't seen any of that for a long time, have you? Whew. This really annoyed me. This last comic strip, which like directly tied into an old Alan Moore backup strip from 2000 AD from Doctor Who magazine. It just seemed like gratuitous, somewhat stupid. If you ever managed to catch the short ads with the Doctor and Belinda invading, that was actually pretty good as well. Shooting Verada gets comfy on the one show with Spice Girl Jerry Halliwell Horner. Watch their chat. Maybe we'll do that soon. I got this video waiting to go with them on the radio. The world wouldn't be such a bad place if more people were like, so if you want to check out this music video. Okay. Rachel Leishman quizzes showrunner Rusty Davies, unwittingly inspiring an episode about Mozart. Celebrating 20 years since the show returned. Okay. Lucky Day. That's the one written by Pete Matique. So I really hope this one is good. Is this a shooty light one? I hope it's a shooty light one, because then it really stands a chance of being good. All right. Do you have it in a nutshell? Ruby Sunday is back, and she's got a loving family and a handsome new man in life, but she misses her best friend, the Doc. Why would you? Why? Then a savage alien creature from Ruby's past brings up with terror to a remote English village, forcing Unit 2 into a deadly battle that will push Kate Literature to the limits. Oh, is this a shooty light episode? I really hope so. Right, that'd be awesome. I got Millie Gibson in it. Looking hot, right? Lucky Day. It's this. That's their. I guess there's an in-show podcast, but man, that just looked like a massive filler of a page because you don't have enough stuff to fill it. So this is the African one, written by the what's he called again? What's his name? By Inua Adams, who seems to be a political playwright, right? Doesn't seem to have done anything like this before. That being said, I mean, look, this spider we saw in the trailer looks freaking awesome, right? And I like the African mask thing going on. Honestly, I wish they would do more of this, like lean into black culture, right? I think that would have been a really good idea. And so maybe this will be good. Like, maybe this one won't be fucked up by Shooter Gatwa. I don't know. Well, you can only hope, right? You can only hope. And again, these full-page filler things, this just shit, mate. Interstellar Song Contest. When Russell first emailed me 2 years ago, he wanted me to do Die Hard meets Eurovision. 2 years ago. Well, how'd that work out? How's the whole plan for the new era work out? Not so much. Lights, camera, action. That's Ruth Madeley. I didn't recognize her. And Simon chat to Anna de Lucia Armstrong Squires. Do you need any more syllables in your name, darling? What happened there? About a rather unique piece of Doctor Who history. Well, tell me what it fucking is. Oh, it must be this thing. Okay, I'm not interested. I'm not interested. Okay. Peter Hall, the director of season 2 opener, The Rebel Revolution, and the return of Ruby Sunday Lucky Day, talks about to Lisa Gledhill about monsters management and creating moments that the kids will remember. You know what? I think he's done a great job. To tell you the truth, I think he's done a really good job. What let this show down is Shooty fucking Gatwa and Rusty Davies. Right? Is that him? Peter in his cars. He must have directed It's a Sin. Right? But I thought the action sequences were all pretty darn good. Right? I thought the design was good. I think he's done a good job. Right? I just wish he's working in a better era. In your living room. I'm vomiting in my mouth when I first look at it. It's unbelievable. It's every fan's dream. The Doctor climbing out the telly. No, it's not. No, I like my life, right? And my dream is not to be these fans ever. Space for all. Well, not with you fat cunt. I think it's incredible the work that Doctor Who is doing, seemingly effortlessly. It's very, very forced to include representation and diversity of experience of experience on screen without making a real conversation about it. You make massive conversations about everything, says Steph Lacey. I'm a disabled actor who uses a wheelchair. I was cast as Robin in the script who is in a wheelchair. Well, that's a bit of luck then. Which doesn't come that way regularly. To cast a genuine wheelchair user is another step because, people don't like to act nowadays. But it's also then for it to have a key part in the storyline to be something that's just part of the experience. I've been thinking about the only reason that this episode was set in Miami in 1953 is so they could talk about how bad white people are. Right? That's the only reason. And with Ruth Medley, who plays Unit Scientific, as Shirley Ann Bingham as well, having such a big, amazing part. She had a wheelchair adapted, and the TARDIS has been adapted. The TARDIS now uses this space generally to welcome everyone. How about welcoming normal people again? Would that be nice? Do you think that would be an idea? No, that'd be crazy. Guiding light. Rusty Davis talks to passionate fans, playful gods, and the nature of reality with Paul Kirkley. You have a weird. Again, this is just filler. The whole thing seems like lots of filler this month. Mr. Ring-a-Ding, and again, good villain, well designed, right? With thought that went into it. Didn't Rick and Morty already do a Die Hard crossover? Yes. One episode of Black Mirror was such a rip-off of Rick and Morty. And the new season. So yeah, look, I generally speaking, I find this stuff interesting. Oh, I just wish it wasn't queer propaganda shit, right? But yeah, no, this stuff about I liked when he became real, right? I thought that was a really interesting, more grotesque, right? I thought that again. I thought all this was clever, right? Doctor Who, where are you? Yeah, it certainly was. The Doctor Who animation was certainly not the same as the Mr. Ring-a-Ding animation. It's much more Scooby-Doo, right? Oh God, I hate that. Honey, I'm Thelma. For God's sake, can you take an opportunity one time not to be gay, ever? Really? Do you think you can do that? Shoot, no, too much for you, is it? Yeah. You find acting a bit difficult, don't you? Bit of a drawback for a fucking actor, but what can you do? Oh, what's this? Yep, come out. It's supposed to be early 70s Hanna-Barbera star. I guess this was before they fired Ruby, and she was supposed to be in the episode, right? Remembering Doldrum, Simon Fisher Becker passed away recently. I liked him a lot. Right, Simon has Hufflepuff. In Hufflepuff goes in Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. Sorcerer. Sorcerer's Stone. Fine. Yeah, okay, that's a nice tribute to him. Virtually radiophonic BBC Radio Workshop archive is now available for use to sound designers and composers everywhere, thanks to collaboration between Spitfire Audio and BBC Studios. I have no idea what this means. Alex Hewitt speaks to Radiophonic Workshop archivist Mark Ayres, as well as composer and founder of Spitfire Audio, Paul Thompson, discovering how to make this groundbreaking project come to life. It sounds good. I just don't understand it at all. God. Nothing makes me want to lose interest in than seeing Christy fucking D. Oh, she is the visual equivalent of nails on a chalkboard. Excavating the past, not evacuating the past. For the past few years, classic Doctor Who has been showcased at Riverside Studios in London, where many of the stories for the Hartnell were recorded. And most recent story to be shown there was Tomb of the Cyberman, hosted by Gareth. Okay, so it's like a fan of it. But man, there's some stuff about current production Doctor Who there, but not much. and a lot of filler in this issue. There's just a lot of filler. I don't like time space visualizer at the back. Nicola Bryant. Well, Nicola Bryant to play. What's this movie I'm going to see? Mary Banks in Elvis versus Zombies, a new independent horror film produced by Misty Moon. Mark Benton and Graham Cole also in the film. Okay. Russell Davies wins a gay award. Oh, what a shock. Oh, can I have an award for being gay, please? Well, you are very gay. Very, very, very gay, right? So, okay then. The Fort Locator. This is just like sucking thumb by. The artwork takes a step up. It's Martin Garrity this week. By the way, Martin Garrity was so funny. I'm Facebook friends with Brian Williamson, who I think is a far superior Doctor Who artist, a far superior artist. Who's constantly posting all this Trump insanity, like blah, 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 eating babies, blah, blah, blah. So occasionally I respond to him and go, yeah, no, that's not actually true. Like, no, that guy isn't an American citizen. He's actually an illegal alien and a member of MS-13, right? You know? And so he replies to this, oh, you're a Trump supporter. You support fascism. I have nothing to say to you. I'm like, really, Martin? You almost certainly voted for Jeremy Corbyn and Keir Starmer. I don't really think you got much to say, do you? But his artwork's good, right? Like, he's actually making the characters look like, and it's actually fitting into the storyline as well. Good for him. Making the characters look like who they are. Who's writing this? Alan Barnes. It could be interesting to read because Alan Barnes is a good writer. I wonder if we can make this Doctor not excruciating. It's not a nice cliffhanger. Daleks in Manhattan. Great story. I thought the design of the Daleks in Manhattan really, really worked well. Right? Yeah, I did. Yeah, everybody hated that. Everybody hated this. Yeah, the Dalek human hybrid, which for good reason wasn't so great. But everything else I thought really, really worked well. Oh God! So man, I'm reviewing. I started watching The Savages. It's shockingly awful, right? It is like why they made this is I don't understand it, right? I do not understand why they made this first episode. I don't know why they made this. I've only seen the first. It's awful. I mean, it really is. It's just like, especially we got so much other good reconstructions going on now. It's one of the lowest quality reconstructions I've ever seen. You do kind of get used to it after about 5-10 minutes, right? But it's not very good, right? It's really not very good. I think people say £45 for this set is a bit rich, but I think it's good. It comes with a sonic screwdriver, Pertwee, a good Pertwee figure, and a maggot and the thing from the Time Monster. I got Pertwee and I don't have a sonic screwdriver, but I have the Pertwee. I've several Pertwee figures, right? And the maggots, but that's better. So what's this Cloud Exiles? This is a new thing from BBC Books, I take it. Is this short stories from the annuals? Who's reading it? Maureen O'Brien, Jeffrey Beavers, Katie Manning, Matthew Waterhouse, Janet Fielding, Toby Longworth, and Tim Treloar. Oh, interesting. This hasn't come out yet. It's a bit stupid they're reviewing already, but okay. Stephen Noonan has said this was a pretty good one. So, Stephen, I trust you. I've already bought it. Please don't make it be shit. Dark Gallifrey, man, did they fuck that up? Right? It was just it just died too quickly, and it wasn't clear where it was going, and it's got too far to go. It's like a third of the way through. And it hasn't really been good enough to push itself forward, and it hasn't really developed its own identity enough, right? So, it's it's just not good, right? It's and they're doing 24 releases with this, right? They should have, and they really should have done something so it was more solid. Because it just isn't, right? It just isn't. Tales from the Vortex. Who's reading it? You got Fifth Doctor, Tegan and Turlo, Seventh Doctor and Ace, Eighth Doctor and Charlie, 10th Doctor, the 11th Doctor, 12th Doctor and Bill. Interesting. Wonder who's reading it. Read by Rebecca. Bye. That's a quick way of saying no. Who's reading The Celestial Toymaker? Peter Purves. I bet that's pretty damn good. Okay, nothing there. Fear and Loaming. Oh, this is the new book's coming out. So Emily Cook wrote one, and I really hope it goes well because I like her. I think she's a good person. Right? I appreciate the work that she's done for fandom. So I hope it's good. I hope it goes down well. I hope it's successful. It won't be for me. I pre-ordered this. This one actually looks pretty darn good. I love that he's got the the Monsters Outer Space book in his hand. Iris Wild theme. This looks like it's going to be a fun set. So I'm cautiously optimistic about this. Missy has ultimately Missy has an untimely encounter with an old doctor, one with an eventful history in the expanded universe. Okay, so that's weird that they're just going over what the Seventh Doctor did in the New Adventures. War Doctor John Hurt was revealed as a morally compromised Doctor. Jonathan Cully now plays a character and audio reflects on his most memorable campaign. I would read that as well. Okay. Man, just Hook just didn't interest me at all. The truth about Mrs. Slut. The truth is we don't give a shit. No one does. I like Anita Dobson, but no one gives a shit. So there you go. That's Doctor Who magazine for this month. Is it a recommend? No, I don't know. Not really. Right? Not really. Let's see what Rusty Davis has to say. He's got quite a bit to say in this issue. As we make our way through the new season, Rusty Davis shares the logistics of some last-minute changes. I mean, again, why couldn't you have edited out the top? Was it Planet the Incels or that nonsense? And you know, it was low-hanging fruit. That's easy to get, not to not rub in people's faces. Okay, Belinda once lived in a very different house. We were mid-transmission. Yes, we're mid-transmission, so I can now use this page to the kind of running commentary because although we have tons of behind-the-scenes footage and Unleashed, oh god, I can't watch Unleashed because it seems banal and stupid to me, but also because I don't like this era of Doctor Who. I don't think it is Doctor Who. All right, so that significantly reduces my interest in Doctor Who. Significantly, I would say. So this is, again, if it wasn't a shit show that's dying a death, this would be interesting. So off I go. I'll have to be careful. I know this will be published after episode 2, Lux, and 2 days before episode 3, The World. Okay. Well, sometimes the process goes mad. Sometimes the issue of Doctor Who magazine will arrive accidentally a week early. I think that happened at Christmas. I don't know why, but my big cigar-chomping publishing magnet throws a massive lever saying, nothing in the world can stop me now, or maybe an underling drops of coffee on a keyboard. But that's more likely. Okay. But it's beyond the control, beyond anyone's control. So I'll go lightly on Lux stuff in case you haven't seen it. We've seen it, mate. We've seen it. Back to Robo Revolution. Yes, Belinda's house. Originally, it was just Belinda alone living there. We shot it that way, and we edited it, and we finished it in the episode. But it bugged me. Isn't that the house a bit big for one person in London? How much money has Miss Chandra got? Well, again, I wish you could think this way about most of the logistic stupidity of the current era. I worry that it undermines her. We're establishing a hardworking NHS nurse in 2025, but you could have gone roller skating Turby in that kitchen. Well, do you remember the show Bread? They had a massive house. It was so funny. So we met the bosses, had a chat. We wondered, maybe her parents bought her the house, possible. But how do we tell the viewers that at London prices, that still makes them millionaires? And even then, they get their money back by having lodgers in the other room, surely. It was very much thinking of my niece, Natalie. Hiya, Nat. I don't think she reads Doctor Who magazine. Farewell, Nat. She just moved to London as a junior doctor, and she's jammed in a house share with 3 mates, loving it, hating it. Although, again, what's the end, the end point of all this, like, insane woke nonsense, right? Like, where does it go? For the younger generation not to have their own homes, to live in flat shared houses and be miserable, right? To not be upwardly mobile. The fuss of the fridge, the rotor, the washing up. Yes, I thought that's more like Belinda. So we decided to change it. And if any are interested in writing and production, it's actually quite an easy change to make. That sort of thing. This is how we did it. I did a rewrite that was months earlier after we this was months after we finished. So I had to be careful of the kind of budget and resources. But I think that this sort of challenge, we kept the kitchen set, so that was lucky. In the middle of shooting some other episode, we took Verada back to the kitchen for an hour. I invented a housemate called Tombo, named after a friend of mine, but we built a doorway for him. And that stretch of corridor for the robot to walk past and the other housemate. Christine, tiny sets, just walls. Okay, just walls, and all we needed. I added a line for the robot. Residents will remain in their rooms. And earlier Christine shouted an extra line. Will you keep it down? Someone's got work in the morning, and then we filmed the cutaway shots of the interior of the fridge. Yeah, that actually makes that's a very good idea. I mean, like, I love seeing proficiency when it rears its head, which is not often. I don't know. The woke mind virus makes you crazy. Is all I can say. The sure sign of a house share. Everything's labeled. Granola obsessed Tombo with his furious Tombo. We edited together, and ta-da! The house share, instead of a single occupancy, but crucially, more believable companion for 2025. Exactly how a young NHS nurse will be living. Just 2 or more actors, a few lines of ADR, 2 new shots, Tombo, Christine, and Robot, and the fridge. And again, I wish you could have this kind of like, burst of efficiency and common sense whenever anything gay is on screen, right? When anything gay is on screen, you go, oh, that's the greatest thing ever. Everyone's going to love it. Oh, everyone's going to love it. No, we're not. And look at a crucially different Belinda Crazen. Nice. Okay. Those are pickups, which are scenes shot after the original shoot is finished. There are also deleted scenes, material shot during the official shoot, but dropped in the edit. There are a very different opening for Belinda, starting on the day of her birth with her mother, Lakshmi, and Auntie Devika. But we didn't use them. It didn't survive the first edit. It's common sense, really. The story is about Belinda having a star named after her, with Belinda having a star named after. Okay, I guess so. Yeah. It was much more about a controlling evil white man. Hi, I'm Rusty Davies and fucked everything up. Yes, you did, Russell. Yes, you did. That sometimes you can't see the obvious until it's staring you in the face. But the deleted scenes are good. Hang around. I'm sure Doctor Who magazine will cover them, and hopefully they'll be released one day soon. Again, nobody gives a shit. Like, no one. People are buying the classic box sets, not the shit you're putting out. As for Lux, I'm cautious with spoilers, but in case you haven't seen it, but that stay very much as written. Well, if everything's animated, it's hard to change on the fly. The greatest production was the cinema in Miami. It only existed. It was only in Miami to say how terrible white people are. That's the only function it served in the story. Right? Which, whatever. Even as we discussed it, way before the script was written, it was a big ask. So I had separate plans in my head. Move it to Blackpool in 1950s. That would have been way better. Nice, salty, atmospheric. The diner will become an all-night greasy spoon with factory workers being in shifts at 4 a.m. Love a greasy spoon. Me too, actually. Renee might have been a bit more lonely with a halo of steam coming off the tiny chrome urn, and she wouldn't have been called Renee in Blackpool, more like Rita. So all those plans are turning. I handed the script over to the location where I said, oh, it's exactly that old cinema in Penarth. Perfect for Miami. We can use that. Yeah. Again, I do like it when they come up with inventive solutions or problems rather than just throw money at it. Contingency plans aren't needed at all. More to come next month as the running commentary continues. You want to tell us about what you think about the ratings there, Russell? Because I don't think they're going as well as you thought they are. More to come next month as the running commentary continues. The truth about Noctis in kind. Our long history with Orisha, Duggadoo, the occupant of the vault, and the issue after that, the finale reads at sight with the Dispossessed, the Seekers, and the very surprising novel, a terrifying Mysteries of Bone Place. Ooh, sounds like gay porn. And so much more to come. As my professor used to say, stay tuned. Who was your predecessor? What was that? Rusty Davis? Oh, I mean, John Nathan Turner? I don't know. So let's find that interview. This, like, pointless space filler interview. Like, what is going on with this? This must be, like, bits left over from an old interview. Oh, God. This is really the nadir of Doctor... Well, no, the nadir of Doctor Who was all from 55. That's always going to remain the worst part. Oh, you smug little fuck. Hi, Russell. Tell us about the inspiration for Lux's fan scene. Yes. Yeah. What were you thinking, you fucking moron? I love Galaxy Quest, the 99 sci-fi comedy name-checked in the script, which the cast of a cult sci-fi TV show are drawn into a real interstellar conflict. Yeah, I think that's fantastic. Again, it didn't show it showed fans in a really positive light, right? It didn't talk down to them. So okay, whatever. And the most joyful moment is when they discover it's all real. I wanted to find the level of joy for Doctor Who fans or people who are discovering the Doctor's real, and also how much they're prepared to give for him. I hope the fans will love it. Now, I think this was intended to be a loving tribute, but I think it's supposed to be a loving tribute to awful people. So, that didn't work so well. Right? Oh, man. Russell. You need to like all the fandom, not just your little corner of toxic fandom. Oh, it's queer, so it's all good. Stop. Isn't it complaining? Dr. DJ Guru Nanak said, isn't it exhausting complaining about this show every day for 6 years? XD. I wouldn't complain about it if it was good. I'd much rather be talking about good Doctor Who, right? And I do that quite a bit, right? I love when people come up with every reason why you shouldn't point out why something is shit, because it's transparent. And DJ Guru Nanak that you just don't want to point out this shit, and you don't want me to point it out accurately, right? So get over it, mate, is what I would suggest you. Haven't they followed the idea of Doctor and Belinda becoming fictional constructs? There's a neat rug pull in which it's revealed they're the real ones and the fans are fictional. Right, it's like Plato's cave, complicated allegory about reality and perception, where we're on where the shadows on the wall and the Doctor is real, and I think it's very probably true, don't you? Until the middle of the end credits, there's another twist of the fans become real life boys and girls after all. They're saved. They're like, well, it's just a bit of fun, I think. Do they have families? Or do they just haunt Doctor Who conventions forevermore? I don't know. I'm looking forward to the day where it won't be popular to cosplay as them. Oh, they really were. They really were quite excruciating, right? There seems to have been quite a moving love letter to Doctor Who fandom that isn't beyond also poking fun at a little general fun at the more annoying bits of fan culture. Yes, pointing out that when you make shit that fails completely, I understand why that would be annoying. But people like us live in these people's heads 24/7, right? I'm sorry the Doctor Who you're making is failed shit, Russell, but it's failed shit. We had a bit at ADR where Robin says, hashtag RIP Doctor Who. The words have actually been said on screen. I love it. But it's also Robin who says, I met my best friends through this program. And that's the point. It had to be done with love. Yeah, but again, the fans you're focusing on have no love in them. They're like the worst people ever. Do those two sides of the coin perhaps reflect your own inner dialogue as a lifelong fan? Absolutely. But that's fandom full stop, not just Doctor Who. You should try being in my family. Following the Welsh rugby team, it's the nature of fandom is love and disappointment, followed by more love. Yeah, more disappointment right now. In Lux, the story introduces another of the Pantheon gods, another bad idea. Right, another one of Russell Davies' many very bad creative ideas. They're terrifying and powerful. These gods are also quite fun and playful. Can you imagine Mount Olympus of this pantheon? Yeah, it's called Sandman. We've seen it. Where would that be? Probably a Chinese restaurant somewhere, or a what a kind of collection of people. Mr. Ring-a-Ding, Maestro, Toymaker, Sutek. Oh, that wasn't Sutek. I like the fact they're all vastly different. They don't look like each other. They're all different genres, all different styles. I absolutely love Mr. Ring-a-Ding. Joel Collins was walking around in a Mr. Ring-a-Ding t-shirt, and I think it might actually wear a bit of. I might actually wear a bit of merch myself. That's how much I love it. It was a good character. It just again, you have spots of goodness or greatness in a sea of shit. It's still a sea of shit, mate. He's probably quotable Doctor Who villain. Because you like doing the voice. No, everything's forgettable, Russell. This has been a real failure. I've already credited more than any other character. There's a great vocal performance by Alan Cumming. Certainly better than the last time I was in Doctor Who. And the way he shakes his bum when he's talking, I've got no idea why he does that, but I love it. Oh, what a shock, Russell. You like somebody shaking their ass, do you? I wouldn't have thought that of you. One of your greatest strengths as a writer, that's leaked out through your ears, is the way you sprinkle philosophical ideas about humanity in your scripts with such a light touch. There is no light touch coming from Russell D. Davies' scripts nowadays. None whatsoever. They're all like bam in your face. Thank you. It was one of those moments when I was a bit stuck myself. One of the reasons I like writing Doctor Who is you get into problems that only the Doctor can fix. So you have to become the Doctor. I love the mental gymnastics of that. I'm not sure I knew when I went into the scene how they were going to get out of it. Okay, had to find a way from what scene they're talking about. I hate the Harbinger thing as well. So stupid. A bit with the people trapped in the celluloid echoes. The other very sapphire still photograph. Oh, that's right. I hadn't thought of that. Yes, you had. But I think you're telling a story about the film. You're a story about film. You're naturally going to do that. That's a fair point. And again, I just hate how they became more three-dimensional. And then there's tipping out to previous Doctor Who work with the line where 60% water and we can still drown, which calls back to 2006 Tooth and Claw. I knew I heard a line like that before. A little nod, yes. They're both episode 2. They're both second season. But if you think about it, Doctor Who monsters are always getting destroyed like that. The toy maker is trapped in a game. Daleks end up having a bomb. Yeah, it was such like that. He floated away into light. It was one of the many things that didn't work, Russell. How much did having the first non-white regular cast play into decision to set the story in the interracial segregation? 100% is what it is. I felt like it wouldn't work in present day. I simply fancied Miami. Well, really, what a shock. The gay capital of America. So strange you fancied that, Russell. Did you go for a bit of research, maybe? Right? Okay. To be absolutely honest, at one point I did think, if the race element threatens to overwhelm the story, you could just set it in Blackpool. You would have been much better for setting it in Blackpool. You would have been much better. It felt right and proper. I know it does to you because you have nothing going on in your fucking life, and you're looking to feel like you're a good person, and that's really all it is. There's a version of the story that's much darker because the astonishing things that were happening in places like Miami at the time, it takes your breath away. And yet, for the American characters, it's a completely normal world. It's one of the things where I would encourage interviewers to look into history a bit more. The Hanna-Barbera moment of the Dr. Melinda are turned into cartoons is interesting as well. If you scour the history of animation, the first black characters Hanna-Barbera were doing were Harlem Globetrotters. I remember that as a Saturday morning cartoon as early as 1970. But things like that with exception. Again, it took a while for Black America to A, get civil rights, and B, to become to be recognized as a profitable, reliable market, right? That's essentially where the problem with it. But there's a very severe limit to the amount of animation we could use because it's so expensive. Okay, but it's just a weird, I don't understand where that interview comes from. But again, thank you for trying to explain, Russell, because honestly, we're still a bit not nonplussed, mate. Let's do a preview of the world. And again, every time I see it, she just looks better and better. Man, she is very hot. It makes a big difference. So this one apparently is a sequel to Midnight, which I think is probably a very bad idea. I don't see Shooty Gatwa being able to match the acting talents of David Tennant. I just don't see that be able to happen at all. But we'll wait and see. Listen, I'll go down. If he's not in it much or he's not mincing around, then okay. Anyway, my favorite thing right now is looking at the viewing figures afterwards, which are atrocious. So in a nutshell, stranded on an inhospitable planet 6767, the Doctor and Belinda team up with a platoon of troopers who've been sent to investigate Colony Base 15, a mining operation that they've lost contact with. Arriving at the installation, they soon discover something's very wrong, and something soon reveals itself at the heart of the Doctor's worst nightmares. See, again, if you're relying on Shooty Gatwa, you're fucked, mate. Quote unquote, Belinda, they've been dead for a while. I'm sorry, we're too late. Doc says, I'll say they've broken their necks or broken everything. Okay. Even when you're on print, he's bad. Fine. So there's apparently a target novelization that's coming out. The world. The more scary it is, says Sharma Angel Wolfall, the better I enjoy it. Well, I do like a good scary Doctor Who. Sharma has co-written this episode with the animated title in close collaboration with showrunner Russell Davies. She's actually talking about adapting to a new working environment and different genres. But she may well be talking about the episode that they've written. In it, it takes us to an alien world where there's a world. You wouldn't want to spoil it before you see it. But again, I'm sure this is a sequel to Midnight. Let's assure you, this is a scary alien world and a scary world. I believe you. When we had our first meeting, says Sharma, Russell had read one of my scripts for a supernatural horror type drama for young people, so he knew that I had that in my bones. I hate to be dismissive of new talent, but just so many people are diversity hires. I want to say this person is going to be great. Right? Wouldn't this be great if this is like a new Robert Holmes and is able to really bring the scares and put it very much in Doctor Who? Oh, man. I hope I can say nice things about it this week. I really do. I like writing that keeps people on their toes and make them feel, ooh, oh my God, what's going to happen next? With a big frightening edge to it. And he explained that he will be kind of the tone that I'll be going for this episode. Sharma is one of the exciting new writer contributors shooting at the second season. Not exciting second season. Again, but look, the design work, the space suits, they're all good. She was also written an episode of Sky drama Dreamland, and she puts as she puts it, has done a ton of writers' rooms in recent years, working on a show read by TV types like Sally Wainwright and Paul Abbott. But working on Doctor Who is a different type of beast, she explains. Okay, so this person sounds like they've earned their chops, right? They sound like they're a working writer who's been working their way up steadily and slowly and steadily, which is a very good sign, right? A very good sign. What's her name again? Let me look at. It's Sharma Angel Welfare. Hang on a second. Sharma Angel Welfare. See, and now I see a picture. I'm like, oh shit, what's he gonna do? No. Okay, let's have a look. Known for. She's at Hollyoaks, Sparks, and Dreamland. Okay, look, she sounds like she's somebody looking to get their start. I'm not gonna, even though, right? When I see what she looks like, I go, oy vey, this is gonna be another political activist playwright. This is not gonna be a Doctor Who writer. Right. I want to go in with an open mind. I really do. Honestly, I'd love her to be great. But we're going to look through a different type of beast involved, explaining how she can be involved in the writing of the episode. I was already working with Bad Wolf and Jane Tranter on an original piece. So Jane knew my work and recommended me to Russell. And then I had my interview with him, and I thought I was just going to have a great chat with Russell. So he'd known my work and then whatever, but it was incredible because synergy, creatively back and forth, even in the interview. Well, again, that's always very good stuff, right? Where are we up to? I totally lost my space, out my place. It was like Alex said, yeah, they're getting well in the writer's room. He's very generous and he lets you as a writer just be you. Sharma explains that she's also dipped in Doctor Who over the years, tuning in when she feels like she's connected to a particular Doctor. David Tennant series is my favorite, to be fair. I'm shooting Matt Smith of the modern era, to be fair. And then all of them before that. I kind of like Picard as well. As well as Ncuti, of course. They're my favorite Doctors. I'm a massive Torchwood fan. I love sci-fi. When this came along, I was really excited. So Sharma and Russell were in their mini writer's room, and they had this alien planet, and add to that the Doctor and Belinda, and of course a platoon of troopers. Doink. And a mysterious woman called Alice Feney, played by Rose Aileen Ellis. So she's deaf, right? So she can't be the one taken over by the midnight thing, because it's all about hearing and speech, wasn't it? I don't know. I think that her being deaf is going to play into it somehow. It's a big production with a tense and chilling tone, along with a creeping building sense of paranoia. That's the story of my life, mate. I haven't written something as fast-paced as this before, says Sharma, but I absolutely loved it. The adrenaline rush. There you go, we're writing something this incredible. Like this is incredible. I'm sure, again, I wish I'd know Malice, and I really hope it's good. I will be much happier with fuck me, that's a great episode of Doctor. I was, again, when I watched Andor yesterday, I was shocked at how much I liked it. Remember, the elation we had when we saw Picard season 3? Oh, could you? It's unlikely we're going to get something like that, but still. Sharma's work meant she didn't get to go on set or meet the cast. That sucks. And she hasn't seen the episode yet. She's going to have a screening party when it's shown on BBC One. Well, that's interesting. So she doesn't know quite how it's all turned out. Producer Phil Collison has a pretty good idea, he reckons. It's definitely one of the best episodes we made so far. Okay, you always say this about everything. High praise, and you can't lavish enough praise on Rose either. It is really dark, but it has Rose in the middle of it, delivering the most beautiful performance. That will break your heart. I doubt it will. That elevates it. And people will really grow and care across 45 minutes. 45 minutes is just too short, I think. Right? It's too slight to tell a decent story, or at least it seems to be to me from what they've done so far. You have to wait and see if, in fact, the character is deaf, has any bearing on the plot. It must do. Right? It must do. The part wasn't written for an actress whose death explained to it. It was Andy Pryor who had the idea to cast Rose. Russell thought about it for 5 minutes and went, oh my God, that's the most brilliant idea ever. Is it better than having Shooty Gatwa as the Doctor? Because that was one of the worst ideas ever. All right. And he had to do a bit of rewriting just to introduce the hologram explanations that we put in there. I don't really remember the hologram explanation. We haven't seen it. That's why. So Rose can sign. Okay. And the Doctor can sign back at her. And we didn't want to put up subtitles in a standard kind of way. We want to do it differently somehow. Good for them, but trouble is, when you move out of the standard storytelling devices that we have, it often doesn't work. Even though it's logical, it doesn't work in terms of an entertainment. I hope it does. Any finessing of the details was left up to Russell, while Shomron concentrated on what made Alice tick. Okay. I just concentrated on the character being true. She said everything else on that side of things didn't need to affect me because she's still a character and she kept true to character, as opposed to differentiating too much in my mind. If you know what I mean, I don't. With her experience wrangling storylines into existence, Shomron is an ideal candidate to deal with the more challenging elements of the script. Without giving too much away, the mechanics of what's happening in the world involve some high concept ideas. Luckily, as tradition in Doctor Who, the Doctor's latest traveling companion is on hand to clarify the nuts and bolts. It's a little complicated, admits Shomron breezily. That means it's going to be incomprehensible to the normie. They got me optimistic for this. Like they're like, oh, this actually sounds like yeah. And I know it's going to be it's going to be shit that falls apart. Do you remember 73 Yards? Oh man, shit that falls apart. But once you understand the mechanics of it, makes total sense. Russell is very helpful and clear with everything, just as he's very clear when he talks and when we have our story meetings. Doctor Who magazine confidently predicts the world's hidden depths is going to thrill audiences against stiff competition. Naturally, you will think this is one of the best episodes you've made so far. It's hardly stiff competition, is it? Let's see what it's up against. I love whenever I see Pierce Brosnan. Saturday. Doctor Who's on at 7:20. They're moving around the schedules a lot now. Britain's Got Talent semi-final. Good luck, mate. Fuck me. Oh, that's bad news, isn't it? That is bad news. That's the audience share taken right there. Oh man, 7:30. I might go live at like 7:30. I'm going live at 7:30. So because what's different? Nobody's watching it live anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna do my show at 7:30. But okay, I mean like it's up against. So that's really bad. Inside Windsor Castle, a Royal Residence. I'd rather watch that as well. Jurassic Park 3. I'd rather watch anything else. So weird though, like having times with TV. It's such a thing of the past. And I don't think that's a good thing. That it's a thing of the past. My name's Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.